We're live.
We're live.
All right. Well, hi.
Is anyone watching?
Anyone is out there in the Facebook universe, we're here to basically answer any questions about what's been going on since Wednesday, what has happened, what hasn't happened yet. So we are here for all of that.
Hola, bienvenidos y buenos días a todos. Estamos aquí para hablar sobre lo que ha cambiado durante esta presidencia ya y contestar las preguntas que ustedes tienen y solo tener como una conversación. Y vamos a empezar a hacer esas conversaciones como cada semana con diferentes abogados en nuestra oficina. Entonces, si no está presente en vivo hoy, la próxima semana puede.
All right. So again, feel free to send us any questions you have and we will answer them live. And while we wait for questions, we're just going to go over a few of the things that already happened. We already posted a video yesterday summarizing the bill, the immigration bill that came out and the executive order. So if you want more detailed information on that, you can watch that video. But since that time, another thing we wanted to mention was the deferred enforced departure for Venezuelans that was announced actually by Trump before he left office. So deferred enforced departure is similar to temporary protected status or TPS in that it grants a temporary relief from deportation for Venezuelans that were in the United States continuously from January 20th, 2021 until the present. That were not deported and don't have certain felony convictions or national security related issues. So it applies to somewhere around probably 90,000 Venezuelans that are in the US right now. We're waiting on more guidance on how to apply for that, but it will probably be an application similar to the Deferred Enforcement Departure or DED for Liberians that already exists, or maybe some of the other TPS applications. So it basically, the benefits it will give are relief from deportation for 18 months and work authorization during that time. So anyone who is from Venezuela, who is here as of the 20th and wants to consider applying for that relief from deportation, even if you have another application pending like asylum, it might be a good idea. Please do contact us if you want to have a more detailed consultation on whether or not you qualify for that.
I can just quickly summarize that in Spanish, not in super detail. Lo que Catalina estaba describiendo es una protección especialmente para las personas de Venezuela. Y si usted es una persona de Venezuela y está aquí en los Estados Unidos y piensa que califica para esta protección, puede contactar a nuestra oficina mientras estamos esperando como más información sobre el proceso. Pero según lo que ya, la información que ya tenemos, sería protección de 18 meses de deportación y también durante ese tiempo podría conseguir su permiso de trabajo. Entonces, si piensa que califica, aún si tiene otra beneficio, otra aplicación ya pendiente con inmigración como una aplicación de asilo, todavía calificaría para este protección también. Sí, entonces eso es lo que ella estaba explicando. Was that all you wanted to say on the Venezuela?
Yeah, I mean, we're basically waiting for more information. So once we have it, we can give more updates, but it's good news, certainly, and might open up some options for a lot of our Venezuelan clients.
Yeah, definitely. And I think one of the other important changes that we've seen immediately that we're all anticipating, but weren't sure if it was going to happen or not, is the 100-day moratorium or pause on deportations and removals from the United States. So this goes into effect today, actually, and it doesn't include everyone. So it's not going to include individuals who are still outside of the United States and who try to enter after November 20th of 2020. So unless you were in the United States before November 20th of 2020, this won't apply to you. In addition, it's not going to include non-citizens who are considered a security threat. So that's generally individuals suspected of terrorism or espionage, being a spy. Public safety threats, this isn't including all individuals who have any criminal conviction or are currently serving any sentence or in any custody. They've specifically stated they consider public security threats to be those who are convicted of an aggravated felony, which aggravated felony doesn't also include all felonies. So it's an immigration term of art, but we could also, assess any conviction you may have to see if you have any questions about that or concerns about being a public safety threat. This also doesn't prohibit individuals who wish to be removed from the United States from being removed. So if someone's already planned to leave the United States and wishes to leave on an order of removal, they can still do that. And I expect we'll have additional information on enforcement priorities in the very near future, because the memorandum about this pause on deportations also ordered the acting director of ICE to issue its own memorandum and guidelines by February 1st. So that's a short time from now. So I think that we will have additional information. Entonces, Kate, do you have anything to add before I just...
No.
Okay, entonces lo que acabo de decir es que ahora hay una pausa en deportación para 100 días, pero esto no incluye a todas las personas, solo incluye a las personas que están aquí adentro de los Estados Unidos. Entonces, es decir, que no incluye a las personas que ahorita están fuera del país. Tampoco incluye a las personas que han entrado al país después del 20 de noviembre del año de 2020. Entonces, si no estaba aquí en esa fecha, el 20 de noviembre o antes, no califica tampoco. Tampoco incluye a las personas que son peligros o amenazas a la seguridad nacional de los Estados Unidos. Generalmente esos son las personas con cargos o sospechosa de terrorismo o espionaje, y tampoco incluye a las personas que son calificados como amenaza a la seguridad pública. Y esos son personas que tienen convicciones o de ciertas crímenes, no todos los crímenes. Entonces, si tiene alguna pregunta o necesita saber más información sobre eso, podríamos ver su convicción, a ver si califica o está incluido en eso. También las personas que quieren estar deportado, aunque hay una pausa en las deportaciones, todavía puede ser deportado. Solo tienen que pedir la deportación voluntariamente y entender que está pidiendo la deportación aunque hay una pausa ahorita en las deportaciones. Y pensamos que vamos a recibir bastante pronto más información sobre las prioridades de deportación y las prioridades de inmigración, porque el director de ICE tiene que hacer como su propio policía sobre las prioridades de ICE antes del primer día de febrero de este año, entonces bastante pronto.
We had one question come in. They're asking, what does Biden's immigration policy plan to do with DACA recipients?
So for right now, he's proposing two separate things. So under his powers as the executive or the president, he is vowing to protect the DACA program. It's an executive action, so he has the authority to do that. So I imagine, applications weren't getting processed very efficiently or even at all under Trump, even after DACA was upheld in the Supreme Court. So I think he's going to move to examine that system and make sure they're being processed and keep the process flowing. And then on the legislative side, the bill that he introduced to Congress a few days ago has permanent protections for Dreamers. So that has to pass the House and the Senate to be made law, but that would give more like a direct path to permanent residence for most DACA recipients. So that's kind of where we are on that. So for the time being, it's protected. And for the future, we have to get through Congress. So that's, again, maybe a good time to call your senators and representatives to push for that, because that's going to be coming before them soon. Any other questions right now?
Nope, but we're going to be planning on doing these Facebook Lives once a week, every Friday at 1 o'clock. So if anyone comes up with any questions, you know that that's the scheduled time, and feel free to ask the questions beforehand as well, so we can talk about it more in depth when we go on live.
Okay. Yep. And I would just add that we're still waiting on a lot of guidance and changes. So we're waiting to see if prosecutorial discretion comes back in court, where cases can be closed, and we can work a little bit more with the other side like we used to be able to do. We're waiting to see more asylum protections, even that Biden could do just by signing a pen, protecting survivors of domestic violence and gang-related violence, like we that was stronger before, that was made worse under Trump, or family-based persecution. So we are anxiously and desperately awaiting more reforms, but we think we'll hopefully have more news in the next week. So hoping we have more to share next week. Got anything to add, Kim?
No, solo en español. Como dije al principio, cada semana a la 1 en los viernes vamos a tener como este tipo de cosas, que si tiene algunas preguntas podemos contestarlos en vivo, pero si tiene unas preguntas antes, nos puede mandar las preguntas antes y podemos contestarlos así. Y Kathleen dijo que durante esas semanas y días pensamos que vamos a tener más información, porque todavía estamos esperando información en qué significa estos cambios realmente para la gente. Entonces, cada semana esperamos que tenemos más información para ustedes. That's all.
All right.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.